Uh, Good morning, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I thought I'd do a more for my benefit than for your benefit, but I wanted to record my trading session and see where I can improve, where I can improve. This is FTP number 3, which obviously I'm not happy that I've had to reset a couple times, but this is will be my last reset for the year if um, well, maybe I'll make one more, but um, yeah. I don't want to think in terms of failing the FTP. I want to think in terms of why why I've done what I've done, and maybe it's because that I can fail FTP, that it's given me a sense of balls out freedom, for lack of a better way of saying things. That I feel like I just paid a couple hundred extra dollars and do it again. So, and I don't know if that's part of psychology, um, but in my notes here I wrote, um, well, I did go through Anton Krill's course, 2-hour thingy yesterday, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I mean, I wrote some notes and learned some things, and I thought I can incorporate some of that stuff into kind of the thought process behind the charlatans that are out there, right? There are lots, and they come in different colors and different flavors. Um, what I wrote here on Veterans Day. Oh, by the way, Happy Veterans Day for those that have served or are currently serving us in the United States. It's Veterans Day. Um, so those that have served, I thank you for your service, and those who have moved on, obviously you're not watching that, right? Um, so anyway, long story short, that's probably one of my all-time favorite sayings right there. Probably not favorite, but one of the things I've always said. Um, long story short, and it's going to be a long story and not a short story after that. What do I want to hook up in my day trading? So that's where I am right now, and I wrote down some notes. I mean, I got Wistia. Wistia is a web hosting service that can hold video. So I could, if I want to put music on the soundtrack, I can put it up there without having the YouTube police censor, because I want to listen to, the Eagles, because that one video that came out. So I thought, well, that's probably something I'm going to have to do to be able to, privatize my trading session. I put in Demio. Demio is a web service that you can go live, and I can show my screens at the same time that I'm trading. So even if it's one day a week, I can add that back in Demio. So that was a good service. Obviously YouTube and the free places that you can put stuff to. I'm still looking at a product called Builder All. I'm calling that BA, because I can put my mailing list there, and I can build out microsites is what I'm leaning towards right now, as opposed to a whole blown out course at this point. Things like a microsite, for instance, what I've got right now, although it's not completed by any stretch of the imagination, I've got, if you would just type in clpitstrategy.com, it leads to what would be my first microsite that I've been thinking about putting together and make a little income on. Honestly, that's the reason behind it. So that's what I'm thinking at this point in time. I'm going to put music on, but I have to put it on my headset up here on the other side. So if I see anything, now what I'm going to try to do is record my thought process right now as I'm trading. I'm going to try to, I'm staying out of the market until I see something worthy of getting into, by the way. That's kind of my overriding theme right now. Now I've got to remember the stupid password that I used over here. Oh, I got it right the first time. Surprise, surprise. So we're open, 8 o'clock. What I've noticed is that my opening trade has been 90% of the time I'm losing it. I'm going to pause here for a second. Alright, so I'm back. Basically, my opening trade was the 8 to 805 mark. I don't know if they're at 805 yet or not. Yeah, we've already made 805. And I've made a conscious decision not to get involved in the open, especially when we see a market that's pretty much dead. So that's your range here inside 5 minutes. I mean, it's a very small box, very small rectangle box. So you got from this corner to that corner, this corner to that corner. For instance, if we go back, I think, and look at, I think it's yesterday, if I still have the lines on the chart. I must have taken it off, but here, look at this. For instance, this is a better, if I had to say, what are you looking for in the opening range, and then opening range movement, this is more in line of what I want to see, and I want to show you the difference here. And especially, I'm talking to me too, as I'm talking it out. See the difference here? The range is much deeper, and the range is much wider. And so the height of the range is deeper, so we've got 5705 to 5675, and then the bar count is a lot wider. So look at this box compared to this box. So if there's any indication right off the bat that the opening trade shouldn't be taken, then look at this. This is a dead market. You don't want to be involved in a dead market like this. So you want an event to come in to get in here. Now, my normal strategy would be I would go short here, long above here. So, and then hopefully it'd go 1p my favor and break and go to break even. So that's the target on the CL port is going 2p. Today, 2p is 31 ticks. So it's usually a 2-tick entry point. So watch it work out today. Just to prove me wrong, just to be, so I'm in here short. I would have been in here short at 15. And let's see where the stop would be on this. Now I like to go, used to go on a half-hour stop, but I've been going 2/3 to, because 1/2 is only 6, and 2/3 is 8.5 today. So I would say that I'm going to go 9. So a 9-tick stop or a 10-tick stop. So if I go a full stop, so we'll put everything in today so you can see it. 9 ticks would be the stop that I would have ran with today. Um, so that was 15, 24, right? So 24. And then a full stop today is 28. 1R today is 12.8, rounds up to 13. So this would be my opening trade. And this would set up, and right now, the opening trade is about, I mean, it works if it's 40%, and it certainly doesn't work. I think I said 90%, but honestly, it's just the opening trade has been losing about 70-75% of the time. So that's not going to work in an environment that is not cooperating, I guess. So here is a small range, but let's go back and look at the day prior. Oh, by the way, here's that 2p move I caught yesterday. That was a nice little setup there. So here's the movement here. So you want to be, ideally you want to be short underneath here, long above here. So, but your deadline is 8:30. So if you look at 8:30, there was no trade on this trade. Here's your 8:30 mark. So and that's a CL port. So you have between roughly 8:05 to 8:30 to get into the trade itself. And it's a wide range, and it didn't fill it. Literally, it didn't fill. When it did fill it, it was at 9 o'clock. So this trade was already over. If you remember, I think yesterday I was short in this area. So I went short. I was positive I was short somewhere in here. But I don't know. I mean, on hindsight, why was I short? I have no idea. So here's your bars that I looked at, right? We moved up. By the way, none of these were conducive to get in on the short side until we got up to here. It finally worked out on the 1, 2, 3 area. And the short was underneath that right there and running it down. So literally the only really decent trade, if you missed that long coming out, which is coming out here going up, which I think it was about a 2p move on the way up, was to, and I was already short. I want to get rid of some lines here, so let's go back. Now our highest blue bar volume is 760. It came in at 4:05 a.m. So honestly, and by the way, I've moved my horizontal line from 400 up to 500 now, and I'm testing out the 500 line to make sure that the market gets above 500 before I place any trade. So this is that line that I'm debating about right here. 1/2 hour stop between 400 to 699. what I found out is, well, this one actually took a trade on, right? So we have our half hour 2/3 stop here with the low volume that we have in the 700 area. Well, excuse me, what was it? 699, 760. That puts it at 1/2 hour right here. 1/2 hour. I'm talking and you can't see it. So here is where it is high, 700 to 999, and then we have tiebreaker volume and all this other stuff that I've got here that I've been working on and blow off above 2K. So extreme above 1,000, a high volume, HVS and 700 and so forth. This is the average volume that I'm looking at right now, between 4 to 699. So people ask me, what kind of volume am I looking at? This is the volume figures on my spreadsheet. Everything that I need to see is on the spreadsheet, and it's all backed up behind the data here all over the spreadsheet. So the Gann number switches off of it. People ask me, how's that Gann number work? It switches off the open. So watch over here on this right here. If I switch this number to 49.99, everything changes over there on the Gann square of 9. And when I first print off my spreadsheet, I put the open of the market out, and then I gauge my ranges based upon the open. So this is what it looks like when I'm first print off. Today's Globex open was at 57.02, and then that generates my ranges. So today's range on the up, 58.90 to 55.14 at 12p, and then you have your magic numbers down here, right? So 58.18 to 55.87. So those are the range of movement, extreme, that I'm looking for. What do I like to see in every trade? I like to see a 3P trade. So today, if we got lucky enough being at 57.02, you're looking at 57.49, or on the long side, and on the short side looking at 56.55. Now, one of the things this trade's got in favor of it is that we have the pivot so close. So pushing down the pivot is a possibility right now. Let's get rid of this line right there. So I'm hoping that I don't put any music on this, that YouTube won't screw with me. But I got music sitting on the headset, and if I hear a song I want to hear, so you can see that this, by the way, when you are trading in the futures market and you're not in sim, you would get filled on a move down like this, but you wouldn't get filled on your, let's say if your target was, so let's say that you're short up here and it went down to 57.15, those that, I mean, it did hit here a couple times here, you may or may not, you're not guaranteed to be filled at your number until it runs through it. So literally when you have a target on it, normally it's got to go one tick underneath that target to get a fill. Like for instance, if I would have shorted up here at 28 and my target was 15, it would need to get to 14 for it to be a fill on a real account. Now a sim account, man, it'll do whatever the hell it wants to. It'll give you positive slippage. It'll that's little things that you can work with inside of Top Step Trader to help you get through not only the combine, but get through FTP as well. that a lot of times when you run here, it'll fill you on your target because it hit. So on the sim account, it works kind of, a lot of times it works differently. But just keep in mind when you're in real trading that normally it's got to run through your area to get your target filled. So that's why you see me sometimes when I get really on top of it, that I move my profit objective down within 10 ticks so I'm willing to take 10 ticks either way, but usually that's on a 3p or deeper move of the market. Now, what I can tell you is one of the reasons I put the break-even decision on the chart over here is this is the average range of movement that I expect in any decent trade that I'm in. So what this is telling me right now is that I expect the average range of movement on a decent trade to go 56.79 or 23 ticks today. Now, this will change based upon a lot of different factors, and that goes back to my theory, not my theory, but the theory that Gann and Nikola Tesla and the factors of 3, 6, and 9, you can see that being utilized down here in the spreadsheet, by the way, 3, 6, and 9. And then average daily range right in here. So looking back 9 days. 9 trading days, by the way. So what I've been debating about, if I stay out of the opening trade, what catalyst do I need to have to get involved? Because what happens in my own personal trading is I'm a good trader until I take that opening trade. Everybody is, right? But once I make that opening trade, I'm committed to the market, win or lose. I'm committed because it's one of those days inside Top Step Trader. And I shouldn't think of it this way, but the old rule that you had to pass inside 10 days still affects me to some degree. That you had 10 days. The old rule at Top Step Trader is you had 10 days. Once you started, you have 10 days to 10 trading days to make or break FTP or the combine or any other thing. Now, obviously that isn't a rule anymore, but I guess that shows you how long I've been trading. I've been off and on at Top Step Trader since August of 2014, although I looked at them probably 2 years prior to that. And I don't know when they came out. I think it was somewhere around, I think they celebrated their 5th birthday not that long ago. So it's probably they've been in business 7 years now, as far as I know. So what I can tell you is that I know they've been in business at least 5 years, and I've been off and on trading with them since August of 2014. I didn't actually physically start trying to pass the combine though until it was May or April of 2015. And my first time to pass the combine was like October of 2015 and get through FTP. And my first, I believe it was 2015 that I was funded the first time. And then I got funded 3 more times in 2016. And then I got funded again in 2017. So altogether, I've been in the funded account at Top Step Trader on 5 separate occasions. And all of them were under the old rules. So here we are. Now, if I would have just run with a half-hour stop, I believe I would have been stopped out here. The thing is, it's 7 ticks today. 15, close, it'd be 23. Wait a minute, 7 is 22. So let's put that on the chart to see if that, so this is a half an R, 2/3 R, and this is a full R up here, I believe. So what I'm going to tell you is that if you're looking at the opening range trade strategy that I put out a couple years ago, what you want is a move that I showed you before, the move like yesterday. If you have a small box, think of this, small box, stand aside. So small box, stand aside. Medium to large size box, it's more conducive to trading. Like yesterday was conducive to trading, but it passed the opening range, passed without an entry. So and these, honestly, the small boxes is where I'm getting hit. These little small boxes. And why are we having small boxes is coming back to the volatility measurement that I go with. That volatility measurement was anywhere, well, today it's 1.28. So the average range of movement is telling me 1.28. So what it's basically telling me is average range of movement is only 13 ticks right now. And I've got a profit target of 16 ticks. You know, is that anywhere near 20? No. So I can hear the music in the background off my headset back there, so I guess it's okay. I mean, it's not the way that I'm accustomed to. But so this is, by the way, this is 1/2 R stop right there, I believe, 15 to 22, 7 ticks. This is 2/3, and this is 1 R stop. But oh, by the way, the target is 2P, and a 2P target on that 57. Let me plug that in again. 57.15 is I'd be looking for 56.84. And believe it or not, this particular strategy worked really good back in May of 2015 when I first put it out. And it worked all the way, it worked really good in 2016, and I started seeing it not working as good starting in 2017. About May of 2017, it stopped. And as I go back and look at it, what the volatility had decreased in the markets, and these little small boxes started coming in. And these little small boxes are my nemesis. And so basically, small box, stand aside on the CL port. Small box, stand aside. That's a new rule that once I put it back out again on my website, by the way, I bought CL port strategy too as a GoDaddy. I think if you'd search on, let's pull this over. So I mean, I haven't really done much with it, but if I put CL pit strategy up here, this is what I'm calling a microsite. So, you know, I mean, there's nothing here, but it's just, you know, I bought it, and I've been playing around inside a product called Builder All. And this is Builder All. I mean, I guess if you want to get it for cheap, don't get the 7-day free trial this way. If you decide to take Builder All, by the way, get with me and I'll give you the discount so that you don't pay $50 a month. You'll end up only paying $30 a month. Okay, so just if you're interested in, you know, take a look at it and all that, but don't buy it this way. Don't buy it this way because you'll pay more. Or find another affiliate that does it. So I'm just trying to save you a couple bucks. So if you decide to take Builder All on and look at it, it's $30 a month. You get 10,000 email subscribers and some really cool things that they do. You have responsive websites and also sites that you can build out. Like for instance, while I'm waiting here, let me put it back up. I got to remember my login though, because I can never remember logins. You log in to the back office right now. So what I'm using this for, basically, long story short, is to see if that gets me in. Okay, I'm using this to take the place of a bunch of different things that I've used in the past. So, you know, this is what it looks like in the back office right here. You can design, for instance, if I go to builders, drop in site builder and look at my sites. I've not really played around much with this, but I played around enough to be able to show you this. So if I show you edit, and this is the HTML editor, once it loads up. We're back to 5713, by the way. So this is like on a computer screen right here, right? And then let's say that you had a tablet. So tablet view, and the cool thing about it is that you can resize based upon, say, someone's tablet. So let's say that this is normal tablet size right here, and you can resize inside the tablet size. All right, and then you save it, save your work, and then like 5 minutes later, you can pull out your iPad and see if that change worked out right on it. And then you have your iPhone or phone app, and you can drop and drag stuff in and out of the box. So it's actually a very cool builder as far as that goes. Like, I can pull anything out and around and move it around, and center it or whatever I need to do with it. I can mess with it. So this is like the view of, like, you're looking at the phone, right? I can get rid of this, like I don't want that in here, so I can get rid of that. So then I can delete, and this doesn't affect so I can get rid of the text. I can move it up here if I wanted to put the text up here. I move it down there. You can do whatever you want, and then obviously you can get rid of it altogether. You can delete it. Anything that you say that I don't want that in there, you can get rid of it. So it's kind of a cool little thing that I like that part of it. And then they have responsive, and I don't want to show responsive right now, but you can I can change the size of any box. So if I said that box is too wide, I want to make it deeper. I want to do this, so you can do all kinds of cool little things inside of it as far as working with the website. And then what this does, like if I save this only saves on the phone view, and then this is what it looks like on the computer view. So it doesn't change. Like, and I made all this move with this text here. This text doesn't move here. It moves only on the screen, or deleting on the screen that you're using. So that's one of the cool features that I like about it. All right, so let's get rid of all this stuff. So it moved down to pivot. ½ R today. Watch this damn thing work out today, because that's just the way it is, right? Now that I'm showing it. But I'm going to tell you though, small box, stand aside. This is about 90% losing. The small box is losing, at least of the trading days that I've attempted the CL port strategy from me coming back. most of my losses are coming in these small boxes like this. Small range, small up and down. So you look at the range here, it's not even 10 ticks of range. 57.25 to 57.17, it's only that's 8 ticks of range in a very small area between ticks being printed off between 8 to 8:05. Man, you can actually count them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 versus, let's go back and look at the day that looked a lot better. Now look at this. I mean, this is a little bit harder to count, right? This is more conducive to trading. No, excuse me, that was 8:20, 8:05 to 8:30. Here was 8:08 to 8:05. Look, so this range between 8 to 8:05 looks like about the same range of the next 25 minutes, right? But this was conducive to the trading on high volatility because look, the range here is 05 to 75, and so was that 30 tick range. That's more in lines of a high volatility trading day. And that's what I was excited about yesterday, by the way. I thought we'd have a high volatility day yesterday, and we would break down underneath the 75 level, and it would go down, 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 and obviously I was wrong. And it cost me the FTP number 2 based on that. And positionally trading, I'm still in it. I still got the I was able to take a little bit of a profit on one of my trades and take a loss on another. So I'm up a little bit to protect I think I'm at 49 overall on that trade. So we haven't been high today is 57.30, by the way. So we haven't been to 49, haven't adjusted down yet because of ranges. The ranges are not conducive to move down yet. All right, I want to get rid of the this trade's taken too long to work, but I want to get rid of. Let's just say for now that this trade was no better than a break-even trade and move on. I want to get rid of this trade altogether out of my thinking. All right, so I like to mark the 8 to 805 area though. So my thought process, what am I thinking right now? I'm thinking, should I short underneath pivot? Should I just probe this underneath pivot? That if it does decide to move down, will it go down hard? It's definitely worth a probe, in my opinion, to see if the market if it does go down there. Normally I wouldn't take this trade on, but since it would drive it below pivot, there's an opportunity that the market could run on down. Today is 47 ticks, by the way, with a 3p target. So this is my trading experience working out right now for me. Thinking that if we go down here underneath this, there's a lot of down potential in the market. So what I want to do is make sure it doesn't come one tick underneath prairie dog, and it's what I call it. So I'll move to 06, because look, if I would have been in at 07, looks like, you know, I would already be 7-8 ticks in the hole at this point, maybe even stopped. So I moved 2 ticks underneath that, 08 to 06, to force it to come down 2 to bring me in. Now that it went down there. So basically what I'm trying to say, if it would have filled me at my area, the odds of it continuing that down move were a lot greater. On the Gann side, what do we see? There's your Gann angles, right? Let me blow this up. So you're looking at this angle of descent, or this angle to be able to hold on. Not a huge fan of the Gann, the way it shows up on on any particular trading platform. What I've got accustomed to doing is put this on here, and I get asked, how do you measure this? Usually the way I look at it is I look back between here and the next one over, and then I try to find a place where it's breaking underneath here. So physically this is the bar I should be on right here. I'm going to have to do that again. I try to eyeball it up a lot of times is what I do. So it comes back kind of the art of trading. So this to me looks like the line that we're breaking right now. And it's been 3 times, right? 1, 2, 3. So expecting one more and then a push up perhaps. You could also look at it from this way too. I mean, usually I don't like to have descent in such a strong downward angle, but you can see that the market had a line that was even worse than this. Turn this volume off. Like right in that area right there is an angle of descent too, which is extremely difficult to maintain any of those angles. You know, people calling in. Getting close to needing another round of coffee. All right, so this trade is off the table now. So what I'm looking for now is a high blue bar volume bar to kick in. Ideally above 760 to get me excited about any potential. So on the other side, I'm going to get rid of this one here. So we have the Gann setting up on the other side too, as I like to look at it. So we have this low and we have this ascent going on right now. And sometimes you think, what's all those the lines in the charts? Well, I'm measuring out Gann rate of ascent, and I'm looking for 4 times through. And then I'm also looking, I've also always have one eye on what's going on on my 5 and 15-minute chart. I've always, when you see me looking to the side, I'm over here looking at what's going on over here. So what have we seen? Back when I was looking at getting short, it looked like if we would break through here, it would head on down. Now it's that trades off. A lot of times I look at 2 ticks underneath pivot if I'm going to get involved. But I like that 07 to start with. It went down to it and then it didn't go through it. And you'll see that happening quite a lot when the market decides that it doesn't want to go somewhere. It'll stop at a certain spot. It always does. But anyway, so I've got, because I can pull this off. I don't know if I can get this to work. It's because this is to my computer. So I've got, I've got me being recorded over here and whatnot, and then I've got my 89 tick charts right there here, and I have my trading set up right in here on this computer and how I'm looking at things, and I put my 5 and 15 minute over there. So physically I use 3 monitors basically is what I'm getting at. I could fit this all on 2 if I had to, because you see I got some space here. I can get rid of the order and filled, and or I can make them a lot smaller. So you can make this work with 2 screens is what I'm getting at. You don't need any more than 2 screens. Those guys have got 15,000 screens or whatever. They're really cool and whatnot, but wow. Trying to get me focused in here. So what I want to do right now is blow up my screen so I can see everything better. And this is the first time we crossed up over the 500 line in the open outcry session, by the way. So if I'm looking at blue bars right now, I have a blue bar of 590. Now I've moved my thingy up from 400 to 500. I want the bars to be at 500 or greater now before I start inputting them into my spreadsheet. Then we got 593. You'll be holding my hand. Kryptonite. Busy work to keep me out my fingers away from doing anything stupid, right? That's what the spreadsheet got developed in the very beginning, and using expected range and expected profit, morning range, profit trades, how many trades does it take to get through at each level. So people ask me, how do you get through the other combines at Top Step Trader? Well, at current ranges, what I could tell you is that I would need at least 13 trades at 20 ticks a pop. And then at here, I would need 77 trades at, I think that means 120 in profit. So, wait a minute, 20 right there. So 20 ticks, total ticks, I believe this is the calculation of, oh, wait a minute, total trades, yeah, 20, never mind. That you would need 120 trades of the 120, 77 to be on the winning side to get, I don't know, I have to think about some of that stuff again. Forget about what I said, just X out all that stuff that I just said, don't even worry about it. But what I can tell you is that I used that to see how many trades on average do I need to pass a particular combine. So on the 1500 level, I need at least 13 to 20 trades to pass at 1500 level, and that was based upon that's based upon the ranges that we're in right now too, by the way. So 1500, is it easier to get 13 to 20 trades, or is it easier to have 77 to 120 trades? So that's kind of, and that's taken into account, like you only can trade up to 2 contracts in the funded account to start, because everybody starts at 0 unless they changed it and made it. If it's any different, let me know. And funded, I don't know. I haven't looked at the rules at 150 account at funded. I believe I know everyone starts at 0. And if you're in FTP and 150K, you know, you have a certain amount. You've got to follow the funded preparation rules, which also go and coincide with the funded trading plan, or something that I forget what they call it. I'll have to search it up and look at it. If someone knows exactly what it's called, just let me know. God, if you watch me this long watching paint dry for 53 minutes and 45 seconds, I got a special present for you. I'll get you a trading book of your choice that I have on my hard drive back here. If there's a particular book that you're hunting for, send me a message and let me know that you watched this far, and we'll see if I have it. And I've got a bunch of them. Back in the day when the torrents were the craze and stuff, and people were able to share the wild, wild west, right? All right, so this angle is we can actually read. This is what I end up doing. I redraw my Gann angle based upon what I'm seeing. So if I was taking this trade, it wouldn't happen now anyway. So I want to see it push up some more and then have an opportunity. So this is 1. This is 2 right here. So I need 3, and then the 4th would be the time that I'd be looking at it. So this is a good time to see if I can go find me some coffee. I'm going to pause the video here. All right, so I'm back. So what's the odds right now? I've pretty much taken off the opening range trade now to keep me out of a bad trade scenario. So by the way, that would have hit it eventually, right? 23. So that 1/2 R. So if I didn't get out at break even, and if I moved that stop down, most likely I'd have been taken out. So that just shows you that small box, stand aside. So that's what I'm going to tell you now. Small box, stand aside. And then take, if you're going to take a trade on opening range, make sure that it's like that larger box that I showed before. Those are more conducive to trading. On my own, here we go. On my own, here we go. Hit a button. Nah. Follow up that with a commercial. That figures. Might have to buy Pandora again someday. Actually, I know what I want to do. I want to go to YouTube and watch any concert I want, but I can at least listen to the music. Let's go back to where I was. Anyone seen Nickelback in concert? They seem like they'd be a great band to watch. That Nolan balls out. Burn it to the ground. Taylor does. So I'm working on a presentation on the side. I figured that could be good. It's been a couple of years since I put together a presentation, so I thought I would work on um, kind of a presentation point PowerPoint slide, and it gave me some ideas. I don't know when I'll put it together, but I certainly am due to put one together again. Anyway, we're in dead man's land right now, right? We had a bar higher than 405 at 760 yet? No. So this is the old age. If you don't have what you need, stand aside, right? So if I don't open up with the opening trade with that short, I wouldn't be in. And this is what happened to me, is that I was getting involved and it would set me in the market. Now I'm going to try to stand aside until I see something that's more conducive to getting involved. And that's kind of my thought process in low volatility now. All right, I want to keep listening. If I see something, I'll let you know. Just reminded myself I need to go get my coffee that I was brewing. Be right back. Cheers. Alrighty. This gave me a thought as I was walking, and it reminded me why I like um, working out of the house and being a stay-at-home dad. Just then, I mean, I don't know if you can see this, but I haven't shaved since I don't know, a couple days ago, and I'm wearing a hat and a crappy shirt and warm clothing on my legs. It's cold as you know what over here in Western PA today. And this is my work environment. I mean, my office is a mess, but hey, it's my office. It's not as a mess as it used to be. I've straightened up small corners along the way. I'm still in the process of straightening things up. I mean, I'm a collector of books, so that's another thing that when you look at things, you think, wow, look at all those books. I've done lots of studying over the years, and you never ever stop learning, right? Even though sometimes I want to stop completely and go cold turkey from it. Okay, now we can see the line itself has redrawn itself, right? So that's let's get that Gann line on the charts now. So here's 1, 2, and this has ended up being 3 now. All right, let's see what comes about this. And then we saw a red bar kick in right here. This is actually, honestly, it's the first red bar that's been above 500 in the whole trading session. And you're going back to midnight tonight, right here November 10th. That's the first red bar that went above 500 all session long, right here at 9:09. First sign of life on the buy side. So what we got right now is a failure to communicate. Is we have a blue bar right here of 593, and we have a red bar of 586. So in the trading session, what we have is what I'd call a tiebreaker scenario. We need a bar higher than these two to start the sequence of trading. So let's see what happens. And back to the music, right? In my headset. Whatever you have to do to keep yourself entertained in front of a computer screen, right? And that makes me crazy. ass, call my ass. Oh man, that would have been probably awesome. All right, so we made a move down, and we actually have our highest red bar volume kick in. Pick this off my head now. All right, so tiebreaker is in at 8:04. So our tiebreaker in session is in 8:04, 9:14. We want to short underneath this 57.02. So right now we have a short in at 57.01 in case this bar is a failure bar. And we want to wait for a 1, 2, 3 setup with the 200 bar on the long side. You see a new Gann trying to form on the long side, right? This is what you see me doing on the charts all the time, trying to adjust the angles. So what happened there? We went 1, 1, 2, 3, I guess you could call this 4 and then down, right? I don't catch them all the time, but you can see this. Here's peaked up once, down, peaked up twice, down, peaked up 3 times, and then it went down. But here's 1, 2, 3, and then 4 going down. So ideally, but it was a tiebreaker scenario, so it was a tough place to be in the trade right now. But on an ideal situation, you would have been short underneath this bar right here, which would be 57.10. We're not in right now, but 57.10 right in this area is the level that the market wanted to get back to too. So this is the break area. So now I've got the break area in, and we have a signal to short in the down move right now. 57.06, call it 05. As long as we hold this break line right there. And it can peak above the break line by like say 3 ticks or so, because it'll fill like 12, 13, 14. Usually it gets about 4 to 5 up, then that break line is no longer effective. So we want to be short, it looks like 06. All right, doorbell just rang. So we're in. Let's just double check to make sure I got everything set the way I want it. 10 ticks sounds good. All right, when I'm in trying to get into a long, I like the 200 bar I like to see the market cross above the 200 bar because I've been burned on long side of trades so much that I'm not a very good long trader anymore. I just don't particularly care to be on the long side of the market more times than not. See a new Gann trying to set up here. At least I see it. Hopefully you can start seeing my reasoning behind it. It's not where I want the bar though. This angle is unattainable for it to stay in that angle of ascent. And being aggressive around the pivot point is what this ends up being right now, because this blue line, um, ideally the short failure is underneath here, but since we're so close to pivot, I'm being aggressive on pivot. I won't follow behind it above pivot. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. This is a bunch of junk area right in here, and this is the break area, right? You know, it looks like if it goes to 9, we might break. And we'll use this as our exit point using the break line. Gives us a really close trade with a small loss. And I'm looking for an escalation, basically, for it to head down quickly. Alright, so if this fills us here at the 09, we'll use this 14 as our exit point. So it'll be 57.14 as exit. So what I'm looking for, if it hits me, is it to accelerate down quickly or get out and take a 5-tick hit. Okay, let's take out, well, nothing. So what am I looking for? On the buy side, I'm looking for it to cross over 200 bar, come back down underneath here, and then go back again. And also pay attention to Gann right now. 1, 2, 3. One. I want to see it go above the pivot. I mean, not the pivot, above the blue line, and that gives us the ability. You know, I still like the 57.09 to short. I mean, it's really struggling trying to get up here. And if it peaks above, we'll hold that in there. Oh my gosh, these guys are so crazy. Get some here. Okay, so we went above. We'll hold our short in case it's a failure. All right, remove the short now. We're back into 804 versus 815. We're back into in trading session. We are in. This is highest volume bar though, believe it or not, right there at 9:30 a.m. We're back into a tiebreaker now. We're into a tiebreaker now. So here we're in danger area right now. We got a high red bar and a high blue bar, but combined they are what I call the tiebreaker. So we need another high bar volume to break out of the tiebreaker. If there's anything, I want to be on the short side, but without this red bar, I would have got in right in that area right there. It's 57, 16, or 15 and taken a shot to the downside. But this tiebreaker is telling me that I need another volume bar to kick in here to prove which way the market wants to run, or at least take a shot at it. So for now, the tiebreaker is in, and I need a tiebreaker to break this tie. So let's see what happens. So you wonder, why did I come back up with the tiebreaker scenario? I just wonder if they can hear that on the stupid recording, or if it's part of the computer that they sense up. The reason the tiebreaker scenario came into being was this, what you see in front of you right here. I go short and the market goes zooming up the other way. I think, what the hell just happened? And all of a sudden I started seeing volume of equal, very close to equal. What am I talking about right now? I want you to look at here. 815 versus 804, the difference is minus 11. And it tells me right here, tiebreaker, if it's in within 140 of either side. I want to stand aside and wait for the tiebreaker inside the trading range, so meaning the difference between 815 to 804 is only 11, right? So minus 11, so it's favoring the short side, but that's why the minus is there. So it's favoring short, but we need to see another high bar volume to break the tiebreaker to get us interested in taking a trade on. So now I got in here, it goes down and it runs me right out of the market, right? So that helps me stay out of some bad trading. And we can redraw our Gann line. So I'm waiting to see what we see. So here's our tiebreaker in now. So the tiebreaker's in, but now we need the 1, 2, 3 confirming a signal. All right, let's see what comes above it. So the tiebreaker volume is this one right here, 762 to the blue side. It doesn't have to be higher than it. It just needs to, you need to see something above that 500 level, close to the bars. So I'm looking to short the market right now, but I want to see a close of the fat of the bar underneath my highway. This right now hasn't effectively done that yet. So I'm looking short only right now off this tiebreaker based upon what I see. Still waiting for a, I need to move this over. Actually, I know what I need to do. I'm going to release this to see how far R1 is. All right, that's pretty far away. And let's look at high of, so let's see here. We want to stay underneath that level. We haven't physically, we've got barely peeking under right there. That really doesn't count. I think there'll be some stops run above this set 5730. So right now, if I'm thinking as a floor trader, old floor trader, there's probably some stops up here that we're going to get to, and it's going to push the market a little bit higher on top of that. Then we'll see what happens above this 5730. It might jump up here. Curious if YouTube will pick up the headset, or is it part of, they can hear it, the MP3 part of it, MP4, whatever that is, they can see it, sense it coming in on the technology today, right? They can sense it coming in, or if it's part of the recording, and they find it that way. It's like going through Pandora to get it. Okay, so this one does count right here. Now we need to go above though. Without making a new high. So we have a signal to short right now at 57.21. And that one means this high stays in. We don't break through here. I don't particularly care for that level though. Probably makes more sense to be short around the 18 mark. We'll go underneath this one tick. We'll go underneath this because I believe we're going to hit this first. So that's the range, and then you got this part of it, but I believe this upper range gets knocked out first. There's some stops up here that I believe they're going to go get. 57.30 is today's high. But just in case we're wrong and 57.30 is today's high, where do we find value to get short? I'd say it'd be underneath this 19 mark now. So we'll come in at the 18 level. And you can see I get rid of trend lines after they've been no longer effective on the Gann side. Okay, we're down to where I would consider that the movement today is probably only going to be a 2p move. It's taken too long to run today. So we are adjusting down to 31 ticks. That's a 2p move today. Where am I pulling that off my spreadsheet? I start with, on a Friday, I start with 3 and then I move down. I don't really want to take anything less than that though. Rounding down, 31.3 rounds down to 31. See what happens. So come on, baby, get in. So come on, baby, get in. All right, so let's see here. From 27:29. Good morning, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I thought I'd do a more for my benefit than for your benefit, but I wanted to record my trading session and see where I can improve, where I can improve. This is FTP number 3, which obviously I'm not happy that I've had to reset a couple times, but this is will be my last reset for the year. If well, maybe I'll make one more, but yeah, I don't want to think in terms of failing the FTP. I want to think in terms of why I've done what I've done, and maybe it's because that I can fail FTP, that it's given me a sense of balls out freedom, for lack of a better way of saying things. That I feel like I just paid a couple hundred extra dollars and do it again. So and I don't know if that's part of psychology. But in my notes here, I wrote, well, I did go through Anton Krill's course 2-hour thingy yesterday, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I mean, I wrote some notes and learned some things, and I thought I can incorporate some of that stuff into kind of the thought process behind the charlatans that are out there, right? There are lots, and they come in different colors and different flavors. What I wrote here on Veterans Day. Oh, by the way, happy Veterans Day for those that have served or are currently serving us in the United States. It's Veterans Day. So those that have served, I thank you for your service. And those who have moved on, obviously you're not watching that, right? So anyway, long story short, that's probably one of my all-time favorite sayings right there. Probably not favorite, but one of the things I've always said, long story short, and it's going to be a long story and not a short story after that. What do I want to hook up in my day trading? So that's where I am right now. And I wrote down some notes. I mean, I got Wistia. Wistia is a web hosting service that can hold video. So I could, if I want to put music on the soundtrack, I can put it up there without having the YouTube police censor, because I want to listen to, the Eagles, because that one video that came out. So I thought, well, that's probably something I'm going to have to do to be able to, privatize my trading session. I put in Demio, Demio is a web service that you can go live and I can show my screens at the same time that I'm trading. So even if it's 1 day a week, I can add that back in Demio. So that was a good service. Um, okay, we're pretty safe that we can say that if it goes to 19 to 20, we're good now. If it fails now, it probably heads down. So make it go to 19. This is the time that if it doesn't break out, I believe that we head down. We might be able to shoot up here at 31, so we'll bracket this, see if there's an up move to this move now. I believe if it comes up through to 30, it could shoot up. Maybe we get a 30 tick up move. Of course, it takes me out of my positional trade, swing trade, but hey, so be it. Maybe it's going to 58 after all. Just as a day trader, you can't really think about crap that you can't, you try not to get married to a position, right? Swing trader, yeah, but not as a day trader. Try to see both sides. Right now, I'm looking that break through this high of the day. How far can it go? Who knows? So right now we got a bracket on 31.19. We're going to see a high blue bar volume once we cross over, so it'll be some sell stops being hit. We'll see if we have enough room, 31 ticks to move up. Let's put that in the spreadsheet. 57.31. We'll adjust to, we'll keep the 21 stop and we'll keep our short in case it just peaks up and then comes straight back down. It might be just up and right back down too. What's up? I'm on the computer.
Trading.
Mm-hmm.
Are you filming right now?
Yes. That's why the door's shut.
My bad.
You're okay. You're good. So we have a high blue bar volume right now kicking in. at the 1400 level. So this is highest bar of the day, 1430. And we're in long on the high of the day right now. So I was able to see the long because I stayed on the sidelines a little bit longer. So maybe me forcing staying away from the opening trade will help me better to see the market. So we're still holding our failure in right now, right? Just in case that's as far as it wants to go today. So first target on the up is 57.47, then 57.62. So R1's right there at 48. It's a Friday, so a 2p move right now would make me very happy. Now the other side of this is that we might see, take the short off for now. All right, that wasn't a good break at all. Taking a short side trade right now. We'll play the high. We'll play the high right now. And we'll go to a 3p target if it wants to move down. So 3P down is 56.80. 56.81. Gann today is 55.87. I'll take a small hit on this because if it comes up then maybe it goes through, but I don't like the long anymore. And we'll use this. Alright, so now we have 26. That's a true short right there. We got the, now we do have, there we go. So this is, as long as we don't break through 35 by more than 5 ticks, we should head down now. Alright, and that's basically the 4th time through too, so let's see if this works. Alright, we're set. This is be 3 losers in a row. I'll stop trading after this one. So I'm in my last trade of the day, period. Alright, so Gann 90-degree angle today, if we can run it, is probably about as far as we'll go on a move. If it wants to break down, is 56.27 today. So we'll call it 56.37 and we can always adjust it. So I'm looking for a quick down move is what I'm looking for. 1P down, by the way, from 56.26 is 57.10. Right there. I like this trade. Let's see if it likes me. The high just was busted by only 5 ticks, and so the odds of it heading down with the volume that I'm seeing are pretty good. Let's see what happens. All right, so why do I have my stop at 39? Because it's a full 1R stop today, so I'm going to risk the 39 level right now as in my last trade, and I'll take that hit. If it's going to run me out, I want to be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. The market shoots to the moon, so be it. Volume's telling me otherwise. We'll see what happens. I could be right, I could be wrong. Now, why did everything just disappear? You know, I forgot to look to make sure I'm trading on my FTP account. God, wouldn't that just suck right now? At least I would see it. Okay, good, I'm in it. All right, so 1p down by the way, is that 57.10, right? So me not trading the open entry today has helped me thinking, being more patient and waiting. God, would it be nice if it would run to 9p down? Maybe it would sell off on a Friday. Wouldn't that be awesome? Let's, you know, it doesn't happen very often, but I'm going to shoot for the magic number, the 5587, golden ratio number. So 5597 right now. Of course, we can adjust it, but you know, if it does want to run, I want to catch that, because that could win pretty much my FTP on a one trade, just about. It's okay to dream sometimes, right? You can dream. Let's see what happens. No red bars yet to stop the downward move. Reach 10, not through it. All right, it's a Friday. I don't want to take a hit here. Shit. I hate doing this. This is what I hate doing more than anything else. Moving to break even on a 1p move. Especially as it relates to this market. I mean, all we've done right now is traded right above pivot. Still last trade a day. Takes me out, it takes me out. I'll take my small loss and be done. Maybe something will work out for a change and it'll run down. So we made the move down 1p, and that's average range of movement now before retracement. So here's where the question comes in. When do you move to break even? If it wasn't a Friday, would I move to break even? I don't know. Here lately it's been a pain in the ass to trade, honest to God. As soon as it goes down, it goes right back up. It might come up to here and then come all the way back down. Those are the kind of trading days that have been just messing with my head. But we're above pivot, so looking at it from the other point of view, we've made lower highs here to here to here. So it makes sense to be covering here at break even. Because right now the pattern's telling me lower highs. Or higher lows, excuse me, higher lows, lower highs. Higher lows. So until we break through this pivot, the higher lows are holding in, even though it's a tick, right? So we've, from back here at 9:15, our pattern of higher lows has held. And we're at that critical point where if it goes through, hopefully we go underneath this right here. So the only thing it's done is just trade back down to the break point prior. Okay, break point is 27 plus 4 or 5 brings it 31.32. That's okay, I can handle that. That'll be minus 6, be minus 6, minus 9, be minus 15 on the day, and we'll call it a day. All right, with us moving like that though, we definitely come off the 55.87. Be more than happy to take away a 2p target up to a 3p. We'll move up to 56.27 for now. Call it 37. 56.33 for now. Now that gives us the ability now to move down here. So we'll go 3 ticks above this to 5 ticks. So we'll go 31. This is the kind of crap I'm not enjoying at all anymore. Went down 1, so now we're in dead man's land, right? In between pivot and break point right here. So you're trying to lessen your loss if you're wrong, and then if you're right, you want it to break through. Now we want it to break through pivot on the way down now. And this is the kind of crap that you got to deal with now in the crude oil market. I guess you can call it that, like we talked about, algorithmic trading. This dude, man, I'm telling you, he rented this house, he rented the car, and he taped it. That's bull. Of course, I'm an ultimate pessimist when it comes to watching other things on even that dude Anton. You know, I mean, he's probably up and up, but you know, everything's a fine-tooth comb with me. We'll see what happens. We're locked and loaded. So I've moved to Gann's 90-degree angle, 5627. Still haven't given up the hope that we'd crash. Come on, baby, break down. I risked 33. I risk a 2/3 stop now. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe the trick goes down 1p, you move off of 1R to 2/3 R. Getting to that critical point here. Market's going to break one way or the other. Noticed I went to break even now. The reason I went to break even is this trade is either going to work out or it's not, and I don't want to take any more. Um, it's just taking too long to develop. We'll see. Back down there again. Let's see what happens. We'll go to 28, 29. Okay, we're moving from a 2/3 stop to a 1/3 stop to a 1/4 stop. 1/4 is 3 ticks now. That's where I'm going to go to. All right, time and trade. Moving up to the 45-degree angle now. 56.64 now. Call it 56.67. That's the new target on a down move if we can get some velocity and volatility to push it down some. The only thing we've done so far is touch 1p on this move. See what happens. What a long trade this has been. And we continue to hold the higher lows. Higher low pattern continues to hold. Sorry today's so boring, but this is what trading's about sometimes. Being bored out of your mind. That's why you try to stay busy. Doing other things, reading. I write in my journal. The good news is if it does break, it's going to break hard in our favor. Because it's the fourth time down and through this area. If we can break this trend line. Trend lines are made to be broken. Let me squeeze this chart together so you can see what I see. You can see this on the longer term chart a little easier. But look at that right there. Look at that puppy. There's your trend line to be broken and come on down. back to 10, but not through it. Might as well lessen our loss now. If it comes back up here, it's going to fire up, I'm afraid. All right, see what happens here. We finally busted through it. That's officially a 1p move. It finally took that long for it to hammer it. Down to the low. All right, if it's going to break, it might break really hard today. So let's go down. We're going to go down to the 55.87 again. We'll call it 55.99. All right, so what I'm going to do is center this, but I'm going to blow this chart up so I can watch. And then we have a high volume bar kicking in on the red side. This is short covering, or long covering, excuse me. I understand it on this side a lot better. 2P down is from entry is 95, and it was run right here. And we're going to protect the break point of 11. So we'll make sure that we get a positive day no matter how we look at this today. So let's protect the break point at 11, it'll be 14. So we'll go 11 plus 3 ticks there, protecting break. That's 2P down right there. I wanna bet. When it does break, this is what happens. It goes in your favor quickly. You got to pay attention. Like I said, man, I still believe we're going to go to 50 to 52 before we see 58. And we'll see. Volume leads the way, right? Squirrel gets the nut sometimes, right? All wanna be rock stars, making 15 cars. I don't know the words to the song, but I sing it anyway. I do know the words to some of this song. I want to be a rock star. Not really. I don't want to be a rock star. I just want to be a successful trader. That's all I ever wanted to be. And at times I am, and at other times I think, what the hell am I doing trading? listening to Nickelback. It's in the background, pretty much. Okay, 3P down once again, 56.79. We're protecting break point right now. Break was 11. And then we had our break at 09 too. So we're making lower lows now. That's our pattern. I'm looking for a wick of stopping volume on the red side. I don't see it yet. If I see it, I'll let you guys know. There's 3P right there. Still haven't seen Wyckoff stopping volume. All right, so I'm looking for stopping volume on the red side. I haven't seen it yet. We're going to use this right here. I don't want to see a move back, but I don't want to be on top of that yet. Going to move down following that blue line now. These kind of trades don't happen very often, so you try to catch as much profit as you can. Gann's telling me the magic number today, golden ratio number, is 55.87. Got 64 and 27, so I'm watching those as well. 56.64 is 45 angle down, and 90-degree down is 56.27, so I'm watching those as well. I'm looking for, basically what I'm hunting for right now is 5 red bars together high. We've had this is just weak longs getting filled, in my opinion, and now we have a weak longs exiting the market. Okay, there's Alright, I gotta take the music off here and concentrate on the market now. That's a 3p down move. I'll take that profit target. We're still holding our bottom target right now of 55.99. That's a high volume bar right there. It's lots of that was beautiful. Big Mike sent me a message. Good for him. I mean, part of me wants to just take the trade off right here, but in the end, it's only $100 extra right now from where we're trading. So we made it to Gann's 45-degree angle. Notice that that's coincides with this down move here and hitting those stops. Gann is at 64 today. That's a 4p down move to 63. That's 4p right there. A lot of times that's about as far as the market's been moving before a good retracement. So, I mean, the odds of me getting hit at 79 are pretty great now with this high volume bar right there, unless it breaks quickly soon. Going for that magic number is what I'm going for, guys. And my 10% women. This just comes back to my belief that we'll see 50 before 58 in some ways. Why I'm going after that big number, because the market has been overbought for a long time. But I'm protecting myself in case it shoots up quickly. I'll take that 3p target. That's always a win, no matter how you look at it. 3 hours and 15 minutes of video. God, if you watch this far, I'll give you your choice of 3 of my trading books that I got on I'll give you your choice of 3 books. I've got pretty much everything that was ever put out at a certain time on the torrent. So ask me and I will deliver. We'll figure out a way to get it to you though. All right. I send it to David at 123daytrade.com, or unless David at 123daytrade.com. Just fire me an email saying I want 3 trading books. 3, not free. 3, it's free, but 3. We'll get you 3. reward those that, God, if you watch 3 hours worth of video today, even if you skip through it to see the good stuff, man, God bless you. And I went off yesterday. And, for those that watch me, I apologize for swearing. I don't like going there, but when things really upset me sometimes, not upset to the degree that, that, everyone has a strong opinion when it comes to trading. And it's just the way it is. I mean, everyone has a really strong opinion. And I have just as strong on my side on why I believe what I believe. I've been doing a lot of studying on volume, guys. I really have. I don't have all the answers, but I do have some. Some of the answers make sense to me. And what I saw was accumulation of shorts. And like I talked about, that island reversal, there's a reason why that thing shot up and shot back down. Burn it to the ground, right? If I could unplug, I would. '90-degree angle is 56.27. We made it to Gann's 45-degree angle at 5664. We made it down to S1, in other words, too. Today it coincides together. S2, by the way, is at 5624. I'm going to be smart here, and I'm going to take that if I can get it. We'll go 5627 as bottom target now. 5627, looking for Gann's 90-degree angle. But basically, I'm looking for one more push down. Here's something trying to form, right? They're trying to support, trying to keep them below this level right here. Look at this, though. Look at this 15-minute. It's been a while since I've seen that kind of movement. Look at that. It reached, I put a Fibonacci retracement on a while ago, and that reached, what is that? Is that the 38.2? 38.2. So let's release this and see where 100% is today. That's 60%, so 50% is 38. So it made it down to, extension made it down to 38.2% before that hit. This is just the stuff that you should be doing on the side, figuring out how far a market can drop and know different, what different people think. So Fibonacci extension says that this was the mark, And you can see that coincides with all those high volume bar that kicked in. And now the next level is 38, and you have S2 down here. This is what I'm going for. I'm going for a move right now between S1 to S2 and exiting around that 56.27 area. That's what I'm looking for. And if it takes me out 79, so be it. I'm good. It's a good trade no matter how you look at it. Alright, so I've got everything locked and loaded. Now I'm good. We just hang out and see what happens. Moving to 56.33. I'm going to protect this breakpoint right here now. 73. Right there. I'm protecting that. 69. 74. I think Nickelback's best song is "Burn It to the Ground." Appropriate today. It's obviously trying to form a bottom here. Whether this volume bar over here is the reason that the market stops or not, I gotta respect it. For a day trade. Obviously, on a longer term time frame, I still believe we have $6 down from here to $4 down. On the current contract, which is December right now. Fourth time through up here. Fourth time up and through, or down we go. Which way does it want to do it? If I was going to reverse the signal, this is a spot. But I'm going to take my profit and count myself lucky. Looks like I'm going to get stopped out here at my profit. Make about 400 and something on the trade. It's not a bad day to start FTP number 3 though. Third reset. See if I can be smarter this time around. Stop trading the open. That's what I stopped doing. I stopped trading the open of the market because it's not working out. So watch the beginning of the video and me talk about small box stand aside. All right, got knocked out there. Not bad. Plus 43 on the day. There it goes. Like I told you, fourth time through. Fourth time through. That's why I protected. And that's the reversal spot. So if I wanted to keep trading, that was the reversal spot right in that area. I don't believe in the long though. I don't know. I'm just a day trader. I'm just a day trader. Just a day trader. I'm a squirrel looking for my nut. All right. That's all I'm looking. I'm a squirrel looking for my nut. Today I had 3 trades. 2 of them together lost 9 ticks, and the other one won 43 plus 9. I can't think. 52. So I had a 52 tick winner and 2 losers for 9 ticks. Not a bad day. Not a bad trading day altogether. So the market's going to do whatever it wants to do at this point on a Friday. So does it go all the way back to pivot? Does it show you the exact opposite of what it showed you before on the day before that? I mean, right now it's looking like it's going to show you the exact opposite. Would it surprise me to see us get all the way back to 57.20? What am I looking at right now? I'm looking, you know, if the market gets all the way back here again, uh, I don't know if we might go and knock out that 58. So I don't know. I mean, I'll protect this high right here though, and I like the pivot point. So I'm going to debate about my positional trade, and I like this right here. So right now I'm looking at 57.20. That's why I put that line on the chart, and I put this on too, right? 56.98. So there's some significance in both those areas. I don't know if you can see that line. Maybe I need to make it. But right here, there's a line going across the charts at 98 and at 20. So this is the area that I thought we needed to break through for it to make a move down. And then you saw me, I put that on just recently when we broke through that mark. And then you saw this one down here. And those are some lines that I looked in the sand. What I'm going to do on the day trade, on the swing trade, I'm going to protect this 200 bar right up here to pivot. So I'll take my profit and call it if I don't really want to see the market get all the way back up here to 57.08. So I don't know. I'm going to put my stop somewhere in between 8 to 20. That's where I'm going to be. I'll probably be in the middle around that break point we knew of 57.11. So I'll probably hold the 57.14 on the swing trade right around that area. All right, that looks like a pretty good area. Market gets all the way back up here to 57.14. I don't know which way we go from this point forward. So this is the break that I was looking for. And so just so you understand what I'm thinking on my swing trade right now, I'm thinking if the market gets back up here to that 14, 13 level, let's just call it 14 for now. That's going to be my stop on this trade, and I'll just take the small profit and we'll figure out where it's going to go next week. All right. God bless. Take care. I'll see you in the next video I put together. 3 hours and 38 minutes. Not bad for a. I just wish, hey, it's a good day to start FTP, right? Good day. Good day, Friday. Good day. See you on the next video I put together. Bye for now.